Right. Pretty sure there are a lot of people out there who feel lonely, maybe going through a stage in their life where they maybe don't have many friends. Maybe you move to a new place, you don't know nobody, and you just, trying to find your way. I don't know. Maybe you have a ton of friends, and maybe you just still feel lonely because you feel like you don't have nobody to really talk to who might not understand what goes on in your mind. Most of the time, we always got somebody who says, you can come talk to me anytime you want, no matter what's on your mind. For the most part, that's true. A lot of us do have people we probably can confide in that will help us, or at least listen for the most part, so we can get stuff off our chest. But sometimes it's just not easy to always express what's going on in your mind. And you kind of have to find and navigate your way through it by yourself. I know I got family, I got friends I could talk to. Sometimes it's just I don't want to worry them. I don't know how to express what's really on my mind. Sometimes I feel dumb thinking about expressing it. You just got all these things going on inside of you, and you just feel kind of isolated. Even in a room full of people. I remember one time being at the club and I'm with my friends. We there for my homeboy birthday. I just had so much going on in my head though. Like I kept zoning out in the middle of the club, just blankly staring in space. But that's just because of shit I had going on in my mind. And I didn't want to ruin the mood, But the thing is, like, when you're in that state of feeling alone and you feel like you don't got nobody to talk to, and you feel like the weight of the world is on your shoulders, or maybe you feel like you don't have any friends in whatever new space you're in the perfect space right now. You can look at it as a bad thing. You can get depressed by it, but you should flip it on its head and look at it as you are in the perfect spot right now to really get to know you for you. All those thoughts in your head that you keep avoiding, all the things that go on in your mind, you are in the perfect spot to confront everything that's going on in your head. So you can't look at your loneliness. You can look at the loneliness as depressing. You need somebody. You can look at it as a bad thing. You can also look at it as a good thing if you go about it right. Because that's when you hear yourself. That's when you hear those thoughts the loudest. That's when you're able to confront yourself and really get to know you for who you really are. Because a lot of people walking around don't really know themselves. They don't really know what they want in life. And that was me for a long time. Even right now, I'm still figuring out myself, figuring out who I am and the direction I want to go in my life. And it's always hard to take that first step and to actually confronting yourself on your fears, your doubts, your shortcomings, where you fall short at, things you need to improve on. It's hard to really be honest with ourselves. But the times in life where it's most apparent is when you alone. You ain't got nobody to point a finger at. You ain't got no excuses. It's all you. And this is mostly probably apparent for people who've moved to a new location, or they in a new city or whatever. You're not as close to the people that you were close to obviously back home, because y'all got so much distance between y'all. Maybe y'all don't talk on the phone that much. Being alone can help people. It can help you in ways that you never imagined, because all the distractions and everything are not in your face anymore. You know what I mean? You have no choice but to confront yourself and look at your bullshit. It's a time where you should spend more time with yourself, really figure out what you want in your life, really figure out what you need in your life, get closer to God, whatever you need to do to become a better you. Being alone is necessary sometimes. Now, we're humans, we're social creatures. We need to socialize to survive. But periods of isolation are good. Periods of isolation are good because they help you reflect, and they help you contemplate, and they help you clear your head a little bit. You can go disappear for a minute. You see it all the time. Some people disappear for a minute, maybe a few weeks to a few months, and they come back a whole different person. You know what I mean? They come back better, stronger, more educated, probably got some degrees or something. Periods of isolation are necessary for growth. I believe that was even, I think I read that in the 48 Laws of Power. It was either that or Laws of Human Behavior, one of those. But it's true. Sometimes you need to be alone with yourself to really figure things out. Don't let those depressive thoughts take you over. Don't let the bad things cloud your mind. Confront those things. Come up with ways to combat that. Make solutions. Write down goals. Create plans to, get to where you're trying to be in life while you have the chance to do it. Because when things start going right in life and you start attracting all these people in your life, you're not going to have the time that you had when you were alone to really self-reflect and better yourself. And so you see all the time you spent around all the distractions and everything, you see how much that was taken away from you really getting to know yourself. You know what I mean? You don't want to spend even more time not really getting in touch with yourself. While you're alone and you got the opportunity, take that chance to grow, self-reflect, see what you need to do in your life to get better. And like I said, sometimes it's hard. A lot of people have a lot of dark, depressing things going on in their head, and it can really drown out all that positivity. But you have to try your hardest to combat that in whatever way works for you. I don't have any solutions for that. Like I know depression hits people hard. I'm no expert on that, so I can't really talk too much to that. If you're able to control it, you have to block out the negativity. Focus on the positive, especially if you're in a new territory in your life. You're new tread new ground. It's the perfect opportunity for you to really get to know yourself and get better with yourself. Tackle everything that's holding you back mentally. Some people don't get the chance to be alone and to themselves for one reason or another. Some people can't be alone by themselves because they need other people so they can have other energy to feed off of. Some people don't get the opportunity to really have time to themselves. They got kids, they got family, they got all these different things going on in their life, and they never really get any time to self-reflect, sit down for a minute and just map everything out. If you have that opportunity to do that, take advantage of it. Don't let it turn into a negative thing where you're beating yourself up and you reflecting on all this negativity. Don't do that. Confront those dark parts of your mind. Confront those thoughts while you're alone and you don't have anybody to distract you. Combat them to the best of your ability and just get better with yourself. Take it step by step. Come up with solutions. Come up with plans. Get in touch with yourself. Love yourself more. Learn how to love yourself so when you do get back into the crowd, you're more alert. You know how to pay attention to people. You're more emotionally intelligent. You can pick up on things quicker. You're able to be there for people who need you. You know what I mean? So alone time is good for the soul. It can really help you sift through things and get through life. At least it did for me. It's helped for me. Like I've gotten to know myself better than I ever have in the past 2 years than I have my whole entire life. You know what I mean? So it's worth it. It's worth it. A short, even if it don't have to be a long period. Like I said, humans are social creatures. We have to socializing is part of our survival. But you have to take that time to isolate yourself. Be alone for a minute. Be alone. Go somewhere. Turn your phone off even. Get you a pen, notebook, write things down. Whatever you need to do to get your thoughts out. Find ways to, filter the negativity out of your brain. Only accepting the positive energy. But be honest with yourself. Be realistic when you're self-reflecting. Figure out what you could have done better in any aspect of your life, what you could do better, how you can improve, all of that. Take time to be alone. It doesn't hurt at all. I'm not gonna beat a dead horse here. I'll say what I had to say. So disappear for a minute, come back stronger than ever. When you're in a room full of people and you feel like you just, for some reason, you still feel isolated, that's how you know it's time to really confront whatever's going on in your mind. I know when I had that period of time going on where I felt so isolated, I had to separate it didn't occur to me why I felt that way until I really had the chance to separate myself from people and from certain environments. You know what I mean? So you never realize what's truly going on in your head until you get the chance to separate yourself. That's when it dawns on you. You start having epiphanies. You start learning more about yourself and figuring stuff out. So give yourself that opportunity to separate yourself from people for a minute. Be alone. Embrace the loneliness. Use it to your advantage. It can help you be better in the long run. And I hope that encourages everybody out there that is going through a period of loneliness, or they feel like they isolated and everything's getting repetitive, and just keep going. Use this time wisely. Better yourself. That's it for this video. Peace out.